And now let's talk about Karnataka. The Congress government in Karnataka continues to battle a growing political crisis just days after the Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar expanded his cabinet. Now it's been more than weeks. Now, instead of ending months of lobbying, getting along with other leaders, those who were close to other senior leaders, the cabinet expansion has triggered a lot of resentment within Karnataka. Those who were left out resigned. Public protests took place. Some even tried to say that they are going to retire, take a sannyas from the politics. The party has gone into full damage control mode. Some are saying that, this is being overtly handled from Delhi. Some are saying that, DK does not have a free hand. Someone says that DK has too much of free hand. But the fact of the matter is that DK is battling it all alone. And at the center of this latest standoff is M. Krishnappa. Now, despite repeated outreach by the party leadership, Krishnappa has made it clear that he will not settle for anything less than a cabinet berth. Now, the Congress has moved quickly to prevent crisis from escalating. D.K. Shivakumar, General Secretary Randeep Surjewala, and Chief B.K. Prasad have all met Krishnappa to persuade him to back down. The expansion has also revived the talks of differences between D.K. and former CM. But that's not what the story is. The story is, why are these names keep on cropping up? On this discussion, I'm joined by Vijay Grover, senior journalist, and I'll also be joined by Bansi Kalappa, another senior journalist, and Varghese continues to be with studio with me. Vijay, my question is that when Siddaramaiah became the Chief Minister, this does not happen. Now DK has become the Chief Minister, it is happening. Is it spontaneous, or is someone creating a crisis for DK?
Kartikeya, good evening. As far as this particular crisis is concerned, I am just reminded of 2019 when the Yediyurappa became the Chief Minister. At that time also there was a lot of interference of the BJP High Command, which eventually forced him to step down in 2021. Now, in this case also, when first time when the ministers were appointed, very clearly the Congress High Command's hand was visible at that time also in the selection, because DK seemed helpless at that time as well. And but this expansion, which has come 90 new ministers, it very clearly looks that the Congress High Command, specifically we were to name the two people, the Randeep Surjewala, who's in charge of the state, and K.C. Venugopal, they seem to have played a major role as far as selection of these leaders is concerned. Now DK, being DK, is a troubleshooter, is a fighter, as far as everybody knows. He's left alone to battle this out, because the kind of discontent that we are seeing now is something which is unprecedented in Congress, because no senior leader from Delhi seems to be stepping in to sort this out, be it Rahul Gandhi or others, and they left it to D.K. Shivakumar alone to sort it out. The latest volley being the fact that T.B. Jayachandra, a senior minister in the previous governments, and a 7-time MLA, senior most, the guy who was asked to be the pro tem speaker because of his seniority to before the new speaker is appointed, has actually said that he wants a seat allocated in the opposition benches, and he does not want to sit with the Congress MLAs. So this shows the kind of rebellion that is brewing. This shows the kind of unhappiness that is there, that a 7-time MLA, a man who's been the law minister, the man who knows legislation well, single seat, he's won 7 times, and he's been left out. So clearly this is something which is not the kind of reshuffle or expansion of cabinet that people were expecting. This is just
Vijay,
to name
Vijay, wait a minute. Varghese, you have covered Karnataka very well. You have stayed in Bengaluru. You have been part of the original News9 team, Varghese. What I want to know from you is, do you think that this is happening because it's a handover problem from Siddaramaiah? Or do you think it's happening because he has not been able to effect a transition of his team that is loyal to him, and this team is the dictated team to him?
Well, it looks like it is a kind of both, because on one side, the factional balancing act has become quite difficult in this cabinet. And on the other side, also, regional representation is something that has come up. Now, balancing all these factors together, and also to ensure that loyalists of a certain leader is accommodated, has been going on for some time. The talks have been extended, but it looks like that kind of DK trying to have his imprint as well is what is probably leading to this kind of a situation, where you have unmet ambitions also within certain ranks. And that is something, there were promises for them that was also made. And just like how D.K. Shivakumar was also given the promise of becoming the Chief Minister, there were promises made to a whole lot of ambitious leaders in Karnataka. And Karnataka, or rather in the Congress in Karnataka, it is not a leadership that is run by one person or one. There are multiple leaders. There are strong regional leaders that have to be accommodated. So in this particular case, what you're saying, Krishnappa coming up and saying, or Sangamesh coming up and saying, are technically unmet ambitions and also regional and caste representation that are also being looked at. So the Fine Balancing Act has not happened. Siddaramaiah to a large extent has been able to do that, that Fine Balancing Act to a certain extent. But right now, what we are seeing is that that Fine Balancing Act, because it's not about the ministries, there are chairman positions of various corporations that could be asked for, and that is also going to be quite a tricky thing, because that is where some of these unmet ambitions are going to be fixed at. But how long they can hold on to this aspect of keeping it in a limbo is something that we need to see, because as Vijay Grover was saying, as a troubleshooter, D.K. Shivakumar knows probably how to work on this, and probably he's working in the background to look at other accommodations as well. But keeping it boiling is giving the BJP a chance to actually exploit the divisiveness.